The Book of the Covenant by Sabrina Barnes. Exodus 24:7. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people, and they said, All that the Lord hath said will we do, and be obedient. The Covenant Code, or alternatively, Book of the Covenant, is the name given by academics to a text appearing in the Torah at Exodus 20:19 through 23:33. The Covenant Code consists largely of case law, often in the form of a conditional sentence, which specific situations are addressed, which deals particularly with Exodus 21:33 through 36. In some instances, the values represented in the Covenant Code are more similar to present-day Western values. Two examples include the placing of mothers on the same level as fathers in Exodus 21:15 and 17, and providing for special care of members of lesser social classes, including aliens, widows, and orphans, Exodus 22:21 and 22. A second example comes from Exodus 21:20 through 21, which describes the punishment required for a slave owner who strikes his slave with a rod. If the slave survives his or her injuries, there is no punishment required because he or she does not have the same rights as Israelite males. A second example comes from Exodus 21:20 through 21, which describes the punishment required for a slave owner who strikes his slave with a rod. If the slave survives his or her injuries, there is no punishment required because he or she does not have the same rights as Israelite males. The form and content of the code is similar to many of the other codes from the Near East of the early 1st millennium BC, in particular the Hammurabi Code of Babylon. According to many scholars, the Covenant Code probably originated as a civil code with the Canaanites and was altered to add Hebrew religious practices. The Covenant Code portrays the values of the society in which it was produced, some of which are different from Western 20th century values. With the ancient cultural view of women as property of men, the casuistic law regarding the seduced virgin in Exodus 22:16-17 portrays a woman who, as the property of her father, has had her value diminished by the loss of her virginity.